Ordinarily in this study, I count on you to read the passage or passages we're considering on your own. But the first 6 verses in the 5th chapter of the book of James are so intense and poignant that I want us to hear together the sound and the tone of the words. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for the miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches have rotted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver have rusted, and their rust will be evidence against you and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure for the last days. Behold, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out. And the cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord of hosts. You have lived on the earth in luxury and in pleasure. You have fattened your hearts in the day of slaughter. You have condemned. You have killed the righteous man. He does not resist you. I don't know about you, but to me, merely hearing those words sends cold chills up and down my spine. Those are among the harshest judgments that show up in the book of James. Notice 2 things. First of all, James does not condemn people who have resources, people who make money. But he does indicate that it is a moral issue how your money is made. Behold, he wrote, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, you kept back by fraud. To earn is one thing, to steal is another. To earn is one thing, to cheat is another. To earn is one thing, to make a profit by being involved in an illegal industry or an immoral industry, whether it's legal or not, is another. James is clear that we are not judged by making money, but we are judged by how we make it. Second, James makes it clear that what we do with our resources is also a moral and spiritual issue. You have lived on earth in luxury and in pleasure, he wrote, while the righteous are being killed, are suffering, struggling, dying from want. Some years ago, I visited a place in Jamaica where the cruise boats dock and vacationers go from store to store buying clothing and imported goods in beautiful and expensive shops and boutiques. Later that day, I hopped into a car with a native of that town who drove me 2 blocks from the docks and the shops and the clubs, 2 blocks to 10 shelters and thatched lean-tos where families lived with no electricity and no running water and very little food. The man said to me, people deserve vacations, and what they spend in the shops here helps our economy. I have no argument with that. But if they would add a few dollars more, they could keep some of these children from starving. You hear what he was saying. Not that we should feel guilt for taking care of ourselves, but that we should feel a holy calling also to take care of others. 40,000 children will starve to death today. As I purchase for my life and my needs, should I also not set aside at least a little bit for theirs? In James chapter 5, we are reminded that having money is not a moral issue, but how we get it and what we do with it are. Think about these 2 questions. First, what is the relationship between morality and economics? Second, explore the meaning of the phrase, blessed to be a blessing. I'll see you next week.